Hi guys, we're back again. We're going to finish up on this list. I got 5 more to go with. Just so you know, I just don't want to make these videos too long. I'm not one to sit and watch a video for, half an hour. No, 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 no. But for about 10 minutes, I like watching them, so we should have no problem there in that. So, point number 6. Let's go on from the last video. We left after 5. Let's go into 6. Sustainability. Okay. Urban. You're not going to have a lot of room for composting, recycling, solar panels, and stuff like that. You can compost on a much smaller scale. Get yourself a bucket, some holes. If you're on a balcony, that may cause a problem. The main floor would probably be your better bet. Solar panels. Now, if your balcony gets sun, you can easily pop a panel up there in that little battery, and you have 12-volt source all over the place. If you have enough room to get a good battery bank, you could get an inverter. Take that 12-volt, turn it into 110. You could run lights off of that. You could do a lot of different things. It's all about being creative in the situation you're in. In the country, yes, solar, wind power, wind turbines. If you have a little a stream running through your property, if it's year-round, do a little hydropower. They have pumps, and they generate energy. You'd really be surprised as to how easy it really truly is. It's not that really hard to do with in that. Rain catchment out in the country, same thing. But a lot of cities in their zones, they don't allow that. So check carefully, do your own due diligence, otherwise it may come back to bite you. So just be careful, all right? Now the noise, your whole environment around you. Now, okay, granted, in an apartment, you're going to have people, kids, children, playing, running around, loud cars, okay, we all know that, okay, screaming and yelling, okay, we all understand that. A lot more pollution in the cities. Granted, if you can get, say, an hour out of town in any which direction, once you get out into the open, it's so much nicer air out there. It really, truly is. I don't know what to tell you on that. It's just a natural fact of life. That's all there is to it. Out in the country, like I said, the cleaner air. More peaceful. You don't have all the noise. So there's a difference there too in that. Housing prices are starting to drop a little bit. I'm not going to say they're great. And like I'll say again, do your own due diligence. Search, look around. Even if you could just get a bare piece of land, get a fence up around that and put a garden out there. Yeah, I know. You still have to have water. Well, you'll need a well or a water source. I understand that. But still, at the same time, anything you can do to grab on to a little patch of land, you can have some fun with that. You can always get a trailer out there if the zoning allows for it. Do your own due diligence. I'll keep saying that, okay? You have to research what you're getting into. It's just about that easy. The cost between urban and country, well, the main thing is for like, in town, yeah, you're gonna be paying rent. We already know that. And it depends on how much room you do get with that. If you can rent a house, that's an idea. You'll have a backyard, and if the landlords, the owners, will allow a garden, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are in an apartment, as long as you're facing semi-south, west is another good direction. You miss the morning sun, facing the west, but you get all that good evening light coming in. That's good stuff right there, which is no problem there now. Out in the country, yeah, you can go on to, different realtor sites, and you can see the difference. Zillow, what's that, Redfin, the realtor websites around there and that. So for the most part in that, you'll find that owning, if you can get that down payment and get yourself into a house, you're going to find that it's going to be overall cheaper. Your payments may still be a little up there, but I can almost, reasonably very positive say that, renting an apartment for, 18 to 2,500 bucks a month, if you can get a good down payment built up onto a house, your payments may be down around 12 or 15. It probably just depends on what you're, purchasing is basically all it is. So, yes, you can do it, and it doesn't matter where you're at. Like I said, I'm in the suburbs. I don't have a very big backyard, but I do have 3 garden beds, and I have a greenhouse, which is great for my starts. And some plants that get a little sickly, I'll move them into there. But for the most part, the three garden areas gives me plenty of fruit all the way around. The lifestyle out in the country versus the urban. The urban, you are around everything every day. Yes, it's very, very easy to get onto the little what do they call them, shiny little objects. Okay. You watch the TV and they say, oh, this garden tool here works real good. And this, it's fantastic, and you're going to go out and buy every little gadget there is known to man. Don't, okay? Control yourself, okay? You just don't need it. Out in the country, now, like I said, we're talking that hour drive one way, so you're talking a 2-hour round trip. Main thing is you're not going to go buy every little trinket and toy out there because you don't need it. Okay, if you had a tractor, even just a little lawnmower type tractor, that has attachments, for plowing, cutting grass. That's a lawnmower, duh. But for the most part, Matt, you don't need all those little shiny objects. Okay, those little shiny objects are designed for more of your urban, in-town settings. To where you're not going to go out and do an acre garden by hand. No. You're going to go and you're going to get a tractor, some kind of a machine that will work for you, not against you. It's up to you. If you want to do a whole acre by hand, hey, grab a pitchfork and start going at it. I have no problems with that. My little beds, yeah, I'll grab a pitchfork. It's fairly simple. It takes me about, 10, 15 minutes to turn the dirt all up. Then I get in there, stomp around on it, break up the big clumps. Then I'll do it again. Within about a half an hour, my garden beds are ready to rock and roll. So at that point, put the plants in the ground and let's enjoy. It's just that simple. So those are the 10 differences that I came up with. Just got to have notes. But for the most part, Matt, you can have a homestead, whether it's in the city, out in the country. I'm not going to say an island in the ocean because I don't know about that. But for the most part, Matt, you can raise animals out in the country. You can raise animals in the city. Just check your city ordinances. It's really not that hard to do, people. And I'm going to keep trying to make some of these just to show you some differences. I hope y'all like it. Go ahead and subscribe. Like, I would really like that. Sarah, she's floating around here someplace. She was just here a second ago. She wants to go outside. So I'm going to get her outside and we'll catch up with you guys later.